every woman influencing young ones to club on. Yeah, no bad man, boy, yeah, no bad man. Bad man works so whatever he wants, and he don't need no gun, he full of joy now. That's a bad man soldier. Yeah, no bad man. So sit down, rock back, tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people.
Which team going?
Kim Ryder. Keith? Look, Kim Ryder. Lighting Paul, lighting Paul.
I didn't walk with my form tonight.
The rookie, boy.
You have to get permission.
I have a slip. I have a permission slip. But me whining on you, I'm looking for a man. Rascal man, this is Pantry Bigo. I mean, I'm two-co table or what?
Yeah.
Identify yourself. Come now, PR, identify yourself.
My name is Steve Pascal and I'm just here lining with a friend. I don't know why the gentleman doing things that you're not supposed to do, but he will speak to my lawyers pretty soon. I hope you know that. This is Hamidullah Wahed.
Hamidullah, boy! And this, who is this one? Man who make me take thing off of you too. Who is he?
This is the gentleman who asked you for the release form. And you have not yet supplied it.
Your day will come, don't worry. Look, guys are Williams, boy. Carlton Lane people in the house, boy. Hey, Angela, boy. Wait. And who is this one? Identify yourself. I have a slip, you know. I have a slip.
Hello.
And you are?
Pamela.
Which one?
Number 1.
Nicholson? Where you from, Pam?
Oh, Freeport.
Freeport?
Yes.
So you're free?
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
Okay. Identify yourself.
Anthony Parks.
You are?
Parks.
Parks and playground.
Not only playground.
Really, boy? You take it, eh?
Or somebody watching you from the back there. You're with the camera and when you walk with somebody else watching you from the back.
Okay, I'm gonna watch them. Angie, you alright? You're still looking good, girl. Eh? Alright, I'll get back to you with that. Who we have here?
Watchman, this is Peter.
Identify yourself.
Yolande, this is your husband, Peter. And I'm gonna bust up a consul.
You're gonna bust it up? I thought you're gonna bust up a shot. And who is the cook?
I am the chef.
You see, you are the server? Okay, which channel? And you are? You are? The helper? You just help people and things? Okay. I'm working right now. When I capture the main event. So,
let them take you, you already take me. You have soup there, right?
It's Noel, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It was Noel.
Noel was older than Leon?
I told you the first Noel.
The first Noel?
Yeah.
Okay, and Angela came when?
Just after Leon.
After Leon.
Eh? What? Right. Never like it to overflow. Yeah. That's it. I'm ready.
Hello. So who made the soup?
I don't know.
Okay, what is the content? Tell me what's the content.
I see corn. I see carrots.
Carrots, yeah.
Yeah. That's about it. I see corn and carrots. I see noodles. I brought like that's some spaghetti.
Corn, carrots.
Corn, carrots. I see noodles.
Yeah, you have a problem with that? You have a problem with that? I shoot in everything that moves, you know. So who are the ladies? Could you tell me who you are?
Oh, I'm Marilyn.
Marilyn?
Marilyn.
Marilyn from Maryland?
No.
What part of?
I'm from Ohio. Visiting.
You are one of those who Trump would like to get rid of.
No, he can't.
He can't?
I don't want to talk about him. I don't discuss.
So you're gonna wait until he's impeached?
I don't know.
Hey, so where you from, ma'am?
Honduras.
Huh?
Honduras.
British or French? Honduras? Wow, welcome to Sweet TNT.
Thank you.
First visit?
No.
So what's your connection here?
A friend invited.
Okay, you have nice friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm from where's she from? So I'm from Trinidad. Then you ask me again.
Okay, tell me, you put the cap back, let me get a little...
You want a nice look?
So who are you?
Winston.
Which one?
Which Winston?
Yeah, so many.
The original.
Not Churchill?
No, the original.
You're not related to Winston Churchill?
But I don't live in Trinidad.
Where you live?
I live in Orlando.
Florida!
Florida.
Wow. I got all my nieces and nephews up there.
In Orlando?
Yeah.
That's a nice
the Halls clan.
The Halls?
Yeah.
Oh, that is just...
Yolande is my big sister.
Okay, well, Yolande know me, I know Yolande.
Okay.
I know everybody. I know Kelvin, I know everybody.
You used to know
Kelvin. I know the 3 boys.
Yeah. All right.
Me, I used to know Kelvin.
You know guitars? You know guitars?
Yeah.
All right. So where you guys from? Okay, Bacchanal's daughters. It's 2 daughters she got? 3? Where the next one?
She writes on the 7th.
She jamming still on?
Nah, she can't jam.
Why? Oh, she full? She doing what God brought her for. This is my brother. This is my brother. Brother, introduce yourself.
Hi.
Who are you and where you from?
From Montreal.
But what's your name? Keith Clifton. I heard about you.
Yeah.
This is the Bacchanal's children. The Bacchanal's from over the road.
Huh? Yeah, hold on.
Can I have one, please? No pepper, eh? So are you a Bacchanalist too? What? Hello. You look familiar. Haven't I met you before?
No, I don't think so.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah. Name and number?
My name is Lynette and I'm from London.
London? Lynette what?
Time.
What part of London?
Maida Vale.
Maida Vale?
West 9, yeah.
West? Oh, I used to, the last place I lived was Golders Green.
Really? That's Northwest.
I know. I live Ealing, I live Brentford, I live
And where do you live
Acton.
now?
Oh boy.
Where you came back?
I went Nigeria from London. I worked in Nigeria.
Yes.
Then I went Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you right now?
Well, from Montreal I came to Trinidad.
Okay, just for holiday.
And went from Trinidad I went to a place called Botswana.
Okay. Wow. So you might have seen me in London, you never know.
I play with Ebony.
Of course, Ebony was my band.
Yeah, I learned to play pan in England. I was the PRO of Ebony.
Ebony with Peppy and...
Peppy never played band. Peppy was the king of the band.
I know.
It's his children who play with the band, right? And he's now...
I know.
Yeah, Santi, you are.
Ebony.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe that's where you might have seen me.
Maybe. But you remind me of somebody. You know Susie?
No, I am.
You know somebody called Susie? She used to work in the High Commission. I know your face looks familiar.
She was my
I work in the High Commission with Susie.
Oh, okay, what's your name?
Hollis Clifton.
Hollis, you're joking. It can't be.
I'm telling you, you from San Fernando.
Hollis.
And look, the next one from England. The next English woman.
You used to tell me all the Ebony parties. I didn't recognize you in the net.
Hello, I watched the face.
Oh my God.
I watched the face and I said, this girl looks familiar.
Oh my God. Well,
let's do a selfie. Let's do a selfie.
Oh my God. Alice, I can't believe it.
See how this wall is small? And we're jamming still.
Oh my God.
It's for real.
Where did you disappear to?
I got a job offer in Nigeria.
Oh my God.
So I took it because we heard so much about Africa.
Right.
So somebody from that had the skills to go and teach in Nigeria. I took off.
I just cannot believe this.
It's for real. But you had a cousin. What was his name? A short, small fella.
My cousin, Mikey.
Mikey?
Susie's son.
Linton? Somebody named Clinton or something like that? No. But what became of Susie anyway? She passed.
She died in 2007.
2007.
She died in 2007 and then her son died a year or two, Ken, after. Yeah, and my sister Cheryl, remember Cheryl?
I ain't seen her face.
Cheryl used to play with Ebony, Cheryl and Gemma, my two sisters.
That must be after I left.
Cheryl passed as well.
Okay.
Oh my God, and my Michael, you remember Michael, my husband, he passed as well.
God, you're all fun or what?
They all abandoned me.
You got nobody.
Hollis, I just don't believe this, honestly.
It's
been so many years.
I know.
Tons of years.
Yes. You remember Sinclair's? Marblage, Sinclair's stylist.
Yes.
I got the first sponsor for any steel band in London Carnival.
Sinclair, of course. Yes,
it was Sinclair's Ebony Steel Band.
Yes.
That was my work.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I introduced Pan on wheels to London Carnival and with canopy. Ebony was the first band to roll on the streets.
Always was my band.
It was the most popular band in those days. You know, we had people like Metro and London All Stars that came. Gerald Forsyth.
The one on Old Saints Road.
Mangrove. Right? And you had Bugsy went up a year and he formed something Bay One or something like that. He formed a little band. Yeah, it was under the bridge. They were under the bridge. Akram roadside.
I am just looking at you. You used to be my good friend. Anytime there was a party, you'd always tell me.
Of course. And anywhere Ebony was playing,
I know,
everybody
I used to know from you. Oh my God, Hollis, it's so nice to see you.
Same here.
Really nice.
One look at the face and it brings back memories.
That's a lot of years, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, nice to see you anyway.
Alright, same here. Cool.
Where is she?
What I was saying, you know what I was saying?
Why, boy? You looking for your what? You looking for your? This must be the hostess.
Ask a minute, I'm to take her. Where Donna? There she? Alright, she coming back.
I want you.
You want me?
Yeah, to welcome your guests. So what? And we jamming still? Is my love. Yes, Hollis. Your love is my love.
Claudette Hazelwood.
Hazelwood, Methodist?
Yeah.
Where you live in?
New York.
New York? What part?
Brooklyn.
Trin City? That's what they call it, you know.
Is that right?
Yeah.
First time I'm hearing that.
No, I used to be, well, I used to live really in Montreal.
Okay.
I used to go down my sister's, my little sister.
Yeah.
And she was in Brooklyn. And that's what they used to call it because that's where the Trinities hang out.
I know, right? This is true. I was in Manhattan before and then I just moved to Brooklyn.
Okay, well, my sister go in Atlanta now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, my brother's in Atlanta. Yeah, my younger brother.
Okay. I'm good. Wonderful.
I've been seeing your books all over YouTube.
And you'll see you on this one.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, it's right.
How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm living with the grace of God.
Thank you.
Yes. I did a few interviews in the last couple of days with his worship, the male Santa. You know, they try to stop the carnival.
Yeah, right.
So right now they're having a discussion on WAC radio.
Okay.
Because they thought the police shutting down carnival.
Yeah,
you know,
because it have been for some years now.
8 years now, they're just shutting it down.
Yeah.
But somebody need to, you know, pull them up.
To do something about it. So they're talking about it, there was a stabbing on, I think, Tipperary Street. But then, I mean, just it was on the coffee, so.
Yeah, carnival is on the coffee. Exactly. That's what everybody likes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the tradition. Everything, you have all the coffee boys come from the coffee.
Right,
eh?
Exactly. So.
Hey, look the boss. The boss. Look the boss, boy. All you move, look the boss coming.
Noel.
And look who behind him, boy, the porter.
Boy, I tell you what.
What?
I take my hand off to you, boy.
I want you in the
light.
light.
The only thing about them is he keeps me up from 11 to 12 o'clock every night looking at the on the video.
Yeah? You're not alone.
Yeah, every night. I can't go to bed unless I'm looking at my YouTube.
You want to see what's happening in Trinidad?
In San Fernando, not in Trinidad, in San Fernando.
Yeah.
Oh, let's appreciate that.
Enough respect.
Yeah. You want some rum? What do you want to drink? Somebody get something to drink?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm back in your camera again.
Again?
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Thank you, thank you.
This is the country that brought you together.
Yeah.
Give you your formal rights.
That's right.
So when did you arrive?
I'll be back again for Borrow Day.
Borrow Day?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going point?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't miss that.
That's the second carnival outside the carnival.
Yeah. Nice there.
So you'll be jamming still?
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow night. I'm leaving now.
Already?
Yeah, I've been here 17 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, have your corn soup.
Thank you. I passed by your house the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if you're there, but you know.
You didn't give me a shout out?
Well, we were doing things, you know.
Ah.
You
were occupied?
Yeah. Business, you know.
Alright, okay.
So you got everything on tape now?
Yeah. Most of it. I'm waiting for people to come in the light so we can chat.
Oh, you don't have a flash?
Yeah. Well, the flash is too much.
You know, I got one and I never use it. You know, I have the big one.
Okay.
And I don't use it for, you know, all the stuff is there. I got the tripod, everything.
I have more than one.
So I don't, if you want them, you can have, because I don't use
Well,
them.
bring it next time you come
Next time I come down.
Yeah, alright.
Because I know you on the business of doing movies and, you know.
Yeah.
Because the one that I got, that's the one you use the little...
battery?
No. yellow recorder, you know, with the little cassette. Like.
Yeah.
Those things absolutely, you
It's
can't find
outdated,
them no
yeah, it's
more.
obsolete.
That's why I've been saying I'm going to get a digital one, but never have time.
Yeah. No, we're down to SD cards.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I use. I got two right now.
That's why I'm going to get me one like that.
Yeah.
Easier to go around with.
Yeah, more portable.
Yeah.
You know this fella? He looks like a porter. He cleaned up everything in St. Croix.
I am a porter.
You're a porter?
I am.
Which porter are you? The first one?
Excuse me. You are anyway related to the lady over there. Both of you? How is daddy? Eh? How are you going?
Oh, my daddy. Okay.
I don't know, look for my playing. Is he playing music?
Yeah, I think he got it.
I don't know, look for him. Let me see what you have there. I'm kind of hungry.
Apart
What
from,
are you doing, boy?
I'm recording all those who didn't storm. You storm? What are you worrying about? Are you guilty of something? Mr. Porter?
I'm gonna compliment you.
I'm sorry.
Talk to me.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Am I blocking the interview?
No, I'm waiting for you.
I'm gonna compliment you.
Again? You ever pay to go anywhere? Are you the caterer or something?
Not at all.
What are you?
What am I?
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
You're still a woman. Wow, you're surprised! Wow!
Yes. Did you
And what's
notice?
the woman's name?
Didn't notice Ingrid.
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 Ingrid Sampson?
No,
Or Ingrid
Moore.
Robinson?
Those are imposters. I'm Ingrid Moore.
So you are the Ingrid?
One and
More
only.
or less?
Right, more.
More.
Always more.
So where can you be found?
For the next few hours right here at 11. What is it?
I'm coming to you just now. Which edition of the Ebony magazine you appeared on the front cover?
It's the celebration anniversary edition.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's sold out?
Yes.
I hear you.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Hollis.
Hello, Hollis.
I'm Yolande's brother.
I'm so pleased to meet you. Did you
Same here.
my friend here? That's my cousin. You remember her sister?
Oh. You know who her sister is? No,
Hold on. We didn't meet the other night. But when we went by Angela, her sister was
right.
I know for the name.
Right. Claudette's sister. This is the other.
Wait. But didn't we meet the other night?
No.
Not by Eric?
You never met him. This is Uncle Lee.
Well, then you look very much like somebody else.
And where's my Audrey? I don't forget.
Were you, what about Rudy's house in Falmouth? Was it at Rudy's? We met there, right?
Oh, I didn't see it.
I did meet you. I met you at Rudy's house in Falmouth.
But that's what I'm talking about.
And I got up to
But his sister came to your
you remember that?
Rudy Beard? Rudy Beard?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, and his sister came to your place.
Okay, so I met you before. I'm not right. This is a little
Oh my gosh. I thought you told me that.
Excuse me. Ma'am, could you
All right. Let me just...
All right.
You're inside. So, Mr. Porter, talk to me. What flight you arrived on?
The economy is great. All right? Recession is over.
Over?
No more recession. The economy is booming.
You mean you got rid of Trump?
You can go to the bank and you get as much US dollars as you want.
Which country are you talking about?
Trinidad and Tobago.
And Tobago as well? Wow. Tell me about
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah. Do you know that country?
That's somewhere on the border.
Then you might be an alien.
Alien?
Yeah.
But all that stuff is foreign to me.
Cheers to you. God bless you.
Cheers to life.
Cheers to life.
Fire go burn.
What I boy?
What I tell you?
Family.
My family? My family?
Your family. Not mine, your family.
My daughter just had a baby in Toronto.
Congratulations.
Look at this nice shiny baby boy.
What, a Chinese baby?
Shiny baby boy.
Wait, born in China? Are you such a
No, what's now? Her great grandmother was Chinese. So my daughter, the blood of the Chinese went to her more. So she passed it on. You understand?
Look, you're not poor child. Not poor child.
Poor child? Which poor child? Which poor child? Don't blush, baby. Don't blush, baby. Don't blush, don't blush. Sam Toppin, when did you arrive? When did you arrive?
About 15 minutes ago.
Did you bring Anne?
She's not too well.
She's done with it?
Yep.
So how things with you?
Can't complain.
You're still in Palmas?
You're advertising where I live, but...
well, I have property in Palmas too, you know?
Right, sure.
Just now.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
Anybody see my phone?
Your phone?
Yes.
You may call it for your...
They go call it for
I'll see you when you put that camera down.
You want to come and talk to me now?
No, not now, no, Hollis. I don't want to.
You have to introduce the party.
The party and himself. Let them introduce themselves now.
No, I talked to them already. That one. That porter. What's this party in aid of?
In aid of all my friends who live abroad, who come for the carnival, and we get together as one.
You say friends? So this fella here is your friend?
Enemy.
Enemy. Friend-emy?
That's my friend.
Your friend-emy?
Well,
I was looking at him, you know, I was wondering, what the hell?
He doing it?
You don't understand?
Always mopping everybody.
What you doing in my sister's house, boy?
I don't live abroad, I'm a local.
We don't want no fresh water Yankee.
Go buy Trump now, boy. Trump calling you. You want to make America great again.
Perfect too. Yes. Hollis, I don't want to say nothing else. Welcome all my friends, as usual. For like, what, 20, 25 years we having this. Thumbs up.
Only freshwater Yankees.
No, we don't have no freshwater Yankees.
They still by now?
They still. Oh God, look one day. Yep. That fresh.
I remember him somewhere. I shot him somewhere already when he walked up the aisle.
In Miami. He walked up the aisle.
Yeah.
But he's
He
still
was my cameraman, you forgot?
and he's still walking up the aisle.
You still have that wife?
Yeah.
That beautiful lady?
Of course.
You must be the luckiest guy on earth.
I am.
Wow. Who
And
introduced you to her?
I think thanks to them.
Not me, a boat ride.
Yeah, you're the wife. You're the one who invited the boat, right?
I invited them to the boat ride, and she gave me a good wine.
Oh,
and it was cast
and
wine.
he jamming still.
And he still
They give me a Trini wine.
And it cast.
Hey. Them sack passe, they come and they want me to Trinidad, no man take them.
That's what she used to call me, sac passe.
Sack passe.
Sac passe?
Yeah.
What country is your wife from?
Trinidad.
Trinidad. So she brought you here to tie the knot?
Well, no, I came on my own. But you know how it works.
You're not from America. Which country are you from?
Haiti.
Haiti!
Haiti.
Haiti! Wow! Wow! So it's people like you Trump want to send back.
What?
Yeah.
Them is what Trump called them. What Trump called all you?
Shithole
The shithole country.
Shithole country. Come on.
But he forgot that we fought for the independence.
You did?
Take one.
Of course, Haiti had an army sent that when they were fighting the British.
I'm dead.
Virginia and
look what he doing to your sister.
Redman, where you doing, my sister? Trump calling you, Trump calling your dog.
Trump can't bother me.
Why all of them impeach him?
How are they going to?
Yeah, they beat him, not me.
It's taking too long.
I live in Trinidad, boy.
Let's make the world good again.
I'm going to impeach Keith Rowley. Tell the world I've been impeaching Keith Rowley.
Hey, you see that? You see that?
Yes.
Leave me PM alone.
Leave your PM? Look, you more PM than me? But we had to get rid
And
of Keith
you are a
Rowley.
party, you are a chairman of a party group, eh?
Exactly.
And you want
it's
to
a party
impeach?
group 30. I'm impeaching Rowley here ready for me.
What? Here put Kamala put Kamala in jail, Lord.
And here put Prakash Ramadan for that woman house he wants all day.
Yeah.
Don't worry with all of them. Gonna leave politics out my life, eh?
If you bring it in. Bye.
No. You alright? You remember Sabrina?
Where's the garbage?
Look how close it is.
I get you now. We was hanging out all day today. We now come from
June, could you come please? What's your name? What's your name? It's not June? Your name is not June? No. What's your name? Julia. Almost the same. Come and talk to me now. I like your hairstyle. Don't let Kinte frighten you, don't worry. He could only sing Calypso.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Kinte Steams, you don't know him?
No.
This is the big man in Calypso.
Oh yeah?
He's trying to be like Rascommander. Right? He want the whole high office, but he's not ready. So tell me who you are.
I'm Julia.
Julia what?
A very good friend of...
Julia Davies?
Yes, a very good friend of Yolande.
Of my sister?
Yes.
Okay.
From Orlando.
From Orlando? So you know the Hollis clan in Orlando, all my nephews?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about your hairstyle. Who's responsible for it?
Me.
I and I?
Me.
This yellow man is responsible. He put his hand in your head? You have serious issues to deal with them.
Me, I do it.
Me.
me, I do it.
My daughter's name is Mimi. She's in Toronto. So
I am responsible for it. I do my own
you
hair.
do it yourself?
Yeah.
What else you do for yourself?
Everything.
Like what? Give me an example.
Everything.
That too?
Yeah,
for Donald Trump.
You see what he put you in? You work for Donald?
I do that too.
Let me have 2 more.
When are you going to impeach him?
Soon.
Sooner than later.
Sooner than he expects.
The world cannot wait. Alright. Okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you later then.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, Red Man. Listen.
Are they hanging in as usual?
When did you get in?
I got in on the 20th of January.
January?
Yeah.
So you...
And I ain't leaving until they throw me out.
So you were there for fiesta?
Yes, everything.
When they throw you out, you mean Trump?
I ain't leaving until all they throw me out.
No, what about when Trump throws you out?
Trump can't bother me.
Again?
Never.
So when you're going to impeach him, that's your president?
Yeah, what happened with me and Trump? I tell him I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and he need to come down here and drink some rum.
So you could Trump and follow suit?
You have to come down here and drink some rum.
Or some babash, some good babash.
You will know. Them fellas out, they don't know about partying and living and having fun, you know. All they know about is money, business. And they know they go dead and leave everything.
Right.
Have fun.
You can't carry it 6 feet.
Fun and live, but that's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Live. And if you want to really live, you have to come along and Trinidad. See how the Trini live.
Live and let live.
They can't stop it.
You jamming still?
But you see with all the killing and all the nonsense going on here, people still having fun.
Right.
And when they get to learn how to live, then we're going to have a better Trini again.
Yeah. We living
in... We really need to straighten it out,
We living in the ashes.
You could say it again. Let me go and carry that for them one before they say I'm taking too long.
Alright, take your time and do quick.
Alright. Write down the number. As you get Patsy take home. She's so happy, you know. She take home.
The Canadians in the house.
Yeah.
All the way from Montreal.
Yeah, man.
Cheers to life.
Yeah.
There's one too? You from?
Trini.
But you staying, you living here?
Yeah.
You're jamming still then?
Yeah, jamming still.
Alright.
That's Boyd.
Who?
Boyd.
Lennox and them?
Yeah.
Lenny, Keith?
Yeah.
Okay. There's Keaton. I went to school with Lennox. Yeah. Which one married to sing? Surely sing? Sing. And it's Lenny. Right. Yeah.
One of them was police.
The one who sing from, who used to go
One was with them girl, that girl in Carlton Lane. I think it's Keith. Daphne or one of them. Which one of them? It's Keith.
Lenny still alive?
Yeah. Lenny was in there last Saturday. Last Saturday.
Catherine?
Yeah, with that same thing.
How much you're in there?
One. That one have a son on the outside. Yeah, but he has a son on the outside.
This is one of my brothers.
I introduced myself.
And this is one of my brothers. Yeah.
Let's do a selfie. A selfie. In the light. In the light.
Oh, girl, selfies, everybody.
In the light. Well, come in the light, my girl. Right? See it?
Yeah.
Right, so tell me about you. Your name is?
Oh, I know what you want to do. Are you going to tape me?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
And the camera, we catch you.
Cheers to life. Cheers to married life.
Yes. Remember I said that to you on my wedding day?
Yeah. Where's the problem?
Yeah, Marco.
Where's the problem? He introducing you to...
Yeah.
What the jail is this, boy?
Leave him alone. Yeah.
Kente! The Mr. Stallone boy! Mr. Stallone boy! Family? Formally,
Kente and I is together as one. Hello, darling.
Hello, sir.
Welcome to the
bartender. Did you live with them?
Go to this, sir. I'm the guy who's seen everything.
Those are hero drinks.
I was saying for it. Right. Let's do one.
Cranberry, orange.
Cranberry, I think cranberry.
I don't know. I'm going away.
I'm making that noise. The pump?
Close that gate.
How you doing? Gary!
Watch everything up and just remember you look at that way. Look at all the colors. You ever done for these boy? Why you working it up?
So you know your friends, boy?
You tell me not to see you Panama, bro. Oh my God. My apologies. I'm with Panama. I need this salute.
I waited here by the farm. I don't want to talk to set a man. I don't want to I'm bringing you out again.
Oh, man.
Cranberry.
Yeah, cranberry.
You fixing me now? Nice. What a good mix. Imagine that. Watch. Good mix. Yeah. Yes. No, I want nice, so when you walk in, you walk in. I go in. Nice, thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right, Jerry. Yeah, man. You handshaking or what, boy? Eh? You use that stage out? Your handshaking? Oh.
We're talking about that today. Today we are talking about everybody
By who? Oh, by the bar. What's her name? Jenny. Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Gemma.
It's Gemma?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your full name, Jennifer?
Gemma Selena.
Selena?
Yeah.
What language is that?
Spanish.
¿Cómo se llama?
You just told him your name already.
Yeah.
You got me Spanish.
Oh, ¿cómo te llama? My name. Yeah, Gemma Selena. Yeah.
¿Dónde vive usted?
I live London and Trinidad.
¿Qué parte London?
Yeah. Which part of London? Brixton.
Brixton, you from South?
Yeah, South London, yeah.
Okay, I'm from Golders Green.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I last live in Golders Green.
Okay.
But I live Acton, Ealing, Brentford, Southland. So
Okay.
is that the western part of Ealing, where all the Indians are. What's it called again?
Ealing, is that?
Ealing.
Ealing Broadway? No, Ealing Broadway.
Further past the Broadway, going out.
Acton?
No, it's where all the Indians live and they say the English.
Oh, South.
No,
South Hall.
South Hall. They said the English will have to get a passport to come to South Hall. They have all the Pakistanis down there.
Yeah.
So, where do you work?
Pardon?
Are you working?
Yeah, person.
In Trinidad or?
Both.
So you visit?
I go and come there.
So where are your roots?
Trinidad.
Trinidad. Yeah? Where you
I'm
prefer?
Trinidadian. London.
My birth?
Where I prefer?
Yeah.
London.
London. Okay. So you here for Christmas or Carnival?
Carnival.
Just for Carnival?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. You play mass?
Juve.
With whom?
Jama Production.
Jama from Jamada Street?
Jamada, yeah.
The HDC?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm from Carlton Lane.
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
Thanks.
See you around.
Thanks.
See you on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, YouTube!
Too late, shall be the cry.
That was a setup.
Yeah, it's a good setup. Sam told me. Sam introduced you to me. Montreal, how you going? You're jamming still?
Yeah, enjoying it.
Hey.
Wonder, yeah.
Cheers. Yeah. Cheers to life.
You're like 5 points.
All right. Hello. Hello. Hello.
From the time I arrived?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. I said, no, because they look good. You look good.
Who was the principal in your time?
Amy.
Amy and Sweet.
Amy and Sweet, yeah.
You know Sweet gone?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
You know?
I was in days with Darren Shepherd and
yeah.
I was in
Yeah,
France.
well,
Liam and I was in class.
You see how he big now?
Well, he came out with 16 in the Panorama.
Yeah.
But his music was so high that they don't understand the dynamics of his music. You understand when he uses percussion? They don't understand his music.
They're not ready for his music.
No, they're not ready for his music. His dynamics are different.
Yeah.
He into music himself. And he will never ever win a Paramount Trinidad because he's into music. I'm explaining to him when I message him, I say, Trinidad, not ready for music. Trinidad is a powerful start, a powerful ending, and a catch in the middle. That's all they look for. And clarity. It must be clean. It must come together. They look for a crescendo. Not one go up, one come down. You clean and some kind of off something. Some kind of off drop. Bam, bam, bam. And you got to win the Panorama. But Liam, once it changes the dynamics, and it wouldn't change
it. It will take some time.
Change will take time.
It would never happen.
Nah, don't say that, man.
Look how long they try to change it.
It will take time. It will take time. Time longer than
finger licking time, boy.
The teachers tend to age.
Yeah, teachers age.
I guess it has been around the youths. I wasn't like it just right now. They still look like
social studies. Yeah, modern studies.
That's it, modern studies, that's what I mean. Modern studies.
Yeah.
You thought Nigel Joseph and these fellas time?
Yeah. I used to manage the steel band.
I was to manage his band.
Right, Pro was the arranger then? Right.
That's when Darren Shepherd was the captain.
Yeah.
That's no, Arlene was the captain first.
Who?
Arlene was the captain first.
Arlene Webb? Yeah.
And then after Darren Shepherd took over.
Yeah.
That's when we elevated. And I played basketball with the team.
Yeah.
So we won.
Yeah.
I think Barry was the coach.
The coach.
That's what he won.
Yeah. That school is a shadow of itself now, you know. Kamlan, them let the school run down to the extent they were going to classes in containers.
And that was with the extension?
Yeah, well, you see they were putting up something else on the left side. And then they come into power and party done.
They look good.
I was going to see.
He was my form teacher. They look good.
I was going to see. I was going to swim on mornings.
Where, the walk?
On the walk, yeah, Lady Hills. Flat rock.
Yeah, no. Never see elderly people go and swim.
No, just wait until they get stroke. Then they find it till there.
That's why.
They're going with stick and all kind of things.
Yeah, when I passed, I saw most of the elderly people. This fellow who was sick, just up. Just who the petition there. One of these fellas, travel the foot and thing, I see him going here and see.
Yeah.
I said, my father, this something I know to be good. See, what I need to cold in the morning.
Alright, I spin in. I shoot in. Alright, where you going? Alright.
It wasn't that easy, I just decided to
Hollis. Oh, was it Lily?
Just showing off.
Oh.
I'm doing an interview with him tomorrow.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Who is that?
Her husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm coming to Point of View tomorrow. If you're going to be around. You say no, my Andy. Not Mr. Hits, you know. Not. Only pick up or what?
I do for me, and I can't wait to go.
What is it? The diamond?
No, I think it's one of the few places left that is still very...
Hey, Raj, alright. Yeah.
Still kind of unspoiled. I know that there's a lot of poaching and that kind of thing going on, but it still feels like even Kenya has become very commercialized and very touristy kind of thing, and I feel like I sense that Botswana is still very rural and authentic.
It is.
And
most of the roads are on card.
Okay.
So it's difficult to traverse the coast.
But what is the day-to-day living, the infrastructure, the politics of living their life for an expat or somebody from
most people live off of...
Hi, good evening, Hollis. My name is Ingrid Moore. I was born in Belmont, Port of Spain, here in Trinidad and Tobago, land of it.
When did you leave Trinidad and why?
I left when I was very young, 10 actually, and I am the last of 10. So it was my brother, 2 years older than I, and my mother, the last to migrate to the Americas, New York specifically. And that was a good 1964-65.
What's your profession as we speak?
I am an administrator in research compliance for the City University system in New York. Mm-hmm.
So, what did you study, and how are you utilizing your studies?
Well, that's interesting. I think life throws us curveballs, and we end up where we're supposed to be, not necessarily where we designed ourselves to be. So I majored in literature and communications in college, and that's what my bachelor's is in. However, life took me to work as a paralegal for most of my adult life. And when the economy kind of crashed in 2008, there was a merger going on between the two law firms, and I found myself sort of segued into academia. And it turned out to be the next step. The city college where I worked was around the corner from where I lived, so that was quite convenient. And I found myself, maybe out of convenience and complacency, just settling into the academic world. And here I am a number of years later, 7, I believe, as a research compliance administrator.
How does that relate to storytelling?
Well, it's interesting because I think the basis of any story, any good story, is to do the research. You want to know what you speak about, right? Good writers, I think, have to do research. And it follows that the research that I am a part of is also very fascinating because much of it is social behavioral. And it deals with people and how people live and what people do and how they react to certain triggers. And those are the things that I find fascinating about humanity in general. So
that sounds pretty sociological.
Indeed. Indeed. I think our natural evolution day to day is that it's sociological. It's our drive, it's our curiosity, at least it's mine. Hmm.
Now, when you tell your stories, who becomes your clientele?
It depends. Often my stories are, my original vehicle was poetry for my storytelling. So the audience for that may just very well be any romantic because much of the poetry is relational. It's about relationships. It's about spirituality. And of late it's become about politics, though that's fewer than the majority. I recently started working on playwriting and had my first stage reading last year, 3 of them in fact. And so that audience was a very broad and diverse group of theater people in New York, actors, other writers, other playwrights. And it's a new world for me that's opening up. Yeah.
Apart from America, where have you been?
Apart from America?
Yeah.
Well, when I was in high school, I went to live with my sister in Kenya, in East Africa. And at graduation, some 3.5 years later, my sister gifted my mother and I with a trip through Europe. And we went to Athens, Rome, London, and Paris. And I think that's when my wonder love was born. And since then, I have gone back to those countries, to England, France, Italy, Greece. Most recently, well, last year, I did a Mediterranean cruise to many of those countries, and then again to Turkey, and Malta, and Provence. No, it was Avignon, France. So I have been to South America, to Machu Picchu. That was one of my most favorite and transformative trips, I think. We did Bolivia and the Copacabana. I have been, not yet, I've been to Spain. We did the Costa del Sol, Malaga. And I think that's what started my fascination and my lust for having to visit Morocco. We stayed at this beautiful villa up in the hills of Isnizar, which is on an olive plantation, olive grove, and it was way up in the hills. And while they have a ferry that leaves from Malaga to Tangier, navigating the hills to the port just proved problematic, so I wasn't able to do it on that trip. And it's been haunting me ever since. I read, in fact, The Alchemist on the flight home, and it felt like I had traversed the same journey as Paulo Coelho. And I want to finish it. I want to finish that journey by going to Morocco.
What has been the high point of your pursuits? Put you on the spot.
The what?
The high point.
And what did you say after that? You said
I put you on the spot. There must have been so many high points in your life.
There are many. Living in Kenya was one of them, for myriad reasons. My trip to Machu Picchu was another high point. But the most fulfilling and personal was probably in watching my daughter's graduation. She recently completed her graduate studies in business from Columbia in New York, and that happened on Mother's Day in 2017. So that was a pinnacle moment.
Could you recall a moment in your life that you wish you could relive?
Well, there are two. When I went to Machu Picchu, I arrived later than the cohort that I was to travel with. I was a day later. They, having already been up the mountain, sent me off to do it with only Miguel, who was the shaman's apprentice. And initially I was really annoyed that no one else wanted to go with me, or they couldn't wait for me, or something of that chagrin. And I went up with Miguel, almost reluctantly, but as we climbed and as we talked and as more of the mountains were exposed and more his teachings were absorbed, I was transfixed and transformed. And when we had climbed a few terraces up the mountainside, I was overwhelmed by the beauty of it all, and I asked him to make the other people disappear. Having wanted to come with all of my friends, and now being here and wanting everyone else to disappear and leave just Miguel and I alone on the top of the mountain. And he kind of laughed, but he indulged me and found a corner of this mountain that overlooked the Urubamba River. And there we sat on a precipice, a little cliff amongst Mama Picchu, looking out down at the river and looking up at the sky that felt like I could reach out and touch a cloud. And it was magical. It was amazing. So we had our private ceremony, sacred ceremony at the top of this mountain with the San Pedro, the cactus medicine that the Andean people used in divinational ceremonies. And it was a meditation. It was a peaceful, utopian moment and space that was carved in the side of this mountain. So much so that I was transfixed by the beauty, and when it was time to leave and Miguel reached out his hand to help me down, I shook my head and didn't need it because I was no longer afraid. I felt that I had overcome my fear of heights, or maybe I was just engulfed by the beauty and didn't care about the height. Anyway, I didn't need his hand, and he laughed, and nothing, no, I was not afraid. And we climbed back down. That was a magical moment. I would not mind reliving to sit at the edge of that cliff again and have a yes, and have meditation on that cliffside.
On the contrary, could you share an experience that you would never like to relive?
I mean, outside of losses, that I don't think any of us want to relive that. I've lost many loved ones through death, through cancer, through those things I would not want to relive. But on a lighter note, I had convinced some friends of mine to go zip lining in Costa Rica. And we were over the rainforest, and because I was the one that started that planted the seed, I felt that I had to go through it with it when everyone bit the bait. And it was an experience that I can say that I did. I don't know that I need to do it again, however. I think I became a tree hugger. Between the platforms became increasingly longer and further and higher. So at some point, third, fourth, or fifth platform, I was really done and wanted to get down. So I don't know that I want to really do that again, but I can say that I did it.
Outside of Trinidad and Tobago, if you had to choose a country to live in, what would it be?
That has been that's been a needling question for me, because I'm really considering early retirement, and I know that I want to have sun, sand in that scenario. I don't know that I could live in Trinidad and Tobago anymore. But I visited some other Caribbean islands, and I'm not sure. I loved St. Lucia. I really enjoyed St. Lucia. I think that it would have to be a place like that, like maybe St. Lucia, maybe Tobago.
Sun,
yes, sun, sand, swim, fruits, vegetables.
Relax.
Peaceful.
No winter coats.
Yeah, this winter was particularly tough one, and I don't relish them. I like the change of seasons, but I'll take fall and spring, and the rest of the time I can live elsewhere.
Yeah.
I do love New York though, so I always want to keep my place to return there whenever I want to.
If you had to send a message to ladies who've never left their home country, they've never seen what's happening outside there, what would you say to them?
Don your wings. Don your wings. Mark Twain has a quote that I love, and he says that travel is fatal to narrow-mindedness and bigotry. And I think when we stay in our own little comfort zones, our own little worlds, we deprive not just ourselves of this magnificent world, but we deprive the world of our magnificence. Because I think the scripture is written that the ground where you walk is holy. So I think that I carry my holiness, my kingdom with me to the beautiful places I've visited. I sometimes say that it's my way of worship to visit us, to behold his manifestations, to visit as many of them as I can, and to shout gloriously at them, whether it's to swim in the ocean or climb the mountain, or just breathe in the sunsets. I think women, particularly as co-creators, need to expand their vision and expand their hearts by seeing more of God's creation, so that we can fully appreciate ourselves and help to instill that in our children. So we need to come out of the kitchen, come out of the bedroom, come out of our little corners of the world, and really step into the big bad wonders of this, beautiful world. It's a wonderful life.
Yeah. Did you manage to pick up any other language apart from English?
Kidogo sana Swahili, tratando hablando más de español, but English. a little Swahili, and of course it was over 30 years ago that I was in Kenya, and not really many people to practice with.
Yes.
So that's gone. Spanish, because I lived in Miami for a lot of years, and New York, Puerto Rican Spanglish. But no, I'm not bilingual. I think language is another, it's a beautiful thing to be bilingual, trilingual, to speak different languages. I'm still mastering, managing English.
When you travel, do you have a companion, a group, any?
No, not necessarily. I have the woman I traveled with to Machu Picchu, Antonia, has become a very good companion. So she's easy. We have the same values and the same interests, so traveling with her is easy. And I find that I would rather do it more with people like that than sometimes traveling with people and in large groups can really be restricting. My oldest sister always says that traveling alone is the best way to go. You're free to meet people and you're free to see. I have not yet embraced that other than to Trinidad, where I have family and know people. But I think this year I'm going to make that move and explore some more places on my own. Maybe not Morocco, because I understand that for safety and other reasons, it's better to travel as a woman with a group. Yeah, but there are places I'd like to go that I think I can do so alone.
Well, I found it easier to travel single. Because when I was in England, I would take a train, pay for the furthest point, like say from London to Italy or London to Spain, Portugal, and stop off at any point that I want. No extra cost. Once I catch that train, the same time I hopped off any day, and get it back, and it's easy.
Well, it's really easy from London, right? And exploring the continent from that vantage point is easy. I have friends who live in Paris now, and they're always in Portugal or going to Greece or doing something, and you have that leisure as well because we're quite a month holiday. So it's easy to travel, and you are a man. Let me remind you. So. Traveling alone,
free and single
is not difficult. As a single woman, it's always questionable. Even when I meet women who say that, I met someone in Marrakech Bay the other day who said she was traveling alone, and she has a backpack, and she met friends and was staying with people. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of you know, when you read about crime statistics in different countries, not just Trinidad, it's intimidating. But I think in Europe, I was going to say that I may be more inclined to travel as a single if I were on the continent already. My daughter was doing a program at London School of Economics, so while she was there, she too did Copenhagen and one weekend and excuse me, and travel the continent, you know.
So how large is your family?
I'm the youngest of 10, and now my immediate family consists of one daughter.
One daughter, that's it?
One daughter, yeah.
Well, it was 11 of us in Trinidad.
And where are you placed?
Third to last.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Those after me are now, one is living in Montreal still, where I lived at one point, Keith, and one lives in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think in those days, big families were the norm, but we can't afford to do that today.
Yes. It's not cost effective.
Not at all.
Right.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been. So, you want to close in any closing remarks?
I am still looking for a way to make my travel and writing a profitable enterprise. Those are my two passions I'm looking to merge. Do you have any suggestions for me?
Not at this point. I'll take your number and
Will you keep it in mind?
keep in touch with you.
I appreciate that.
Yes. So
It's been a pleasure.
So give us your name again.
Ingrid Moore.
Ingrid Moore.
Yes. Always more.
Thank you very much, Ingrid.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sam Hollis Clifton in conversation with Ingrid Moore, not less.
That's right.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Henrik Dubusso, living in Lodi Hill, Florida. Semi-retired. Love pen music and soca music, and also build race cars.
Tell me about your involvement in the National Instrument of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, first I have seen the pen when I came down in 1980 to Trinidad and Tobago with some friends from Miami for Carnival, and I saw the instrument and I fell in love with it.
You got a new wife.
Yeah. And since then, you know, I've just been working with it, and I mean, at first I had a hard time to get people to teach me how to play, you know. But I persisted, you know, until finally I met a guy named Charlie.
Charlie.
You know, and he took me to a band named Fantastic, and that's where I learned how to play with Buddy. I can't remember Buddy's real name. We all called him Buddy. He's an older guy, but he's a very nice guy. And you know, from there we progressed till we become Panorama champion in Miami, like for about 2 years in a row. And most of the players was young kids, American born, but with Trini descent and Haitian descent, Bahamian, and we teach them and become champions. We are one of the band that everybody respect in Miami.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about Miami Vibes.
Well, Miami Vibes is a new band that I just formed after leaving Fantastic and Caribbean Nights, which I was also one of the founders. And now we started with Miami Vibes. And most of the players that I formed through Fantastic came and playing with us. So it's our first year. And so far we're moving forward. Everything is looking good.
So where the goers now?
Excuse me?
Where is the band going now?
Well, that band just, like as I said, is 1 year old. Not even 1 year, I would say about 6, 7 months old. And we just got our own new playing yard now. When I get back, we're gonna start practicing for the new season coming up, because we got Miami Carnival come up and Orlando Carnival. I'm planning to take them to Orlando, and a lot of them dying to come to Trinidad, you know, and I promise them next year I will bring them down to Carnival in Trinidad and show them what it is, you know, what pen is really all about.
Have you seen Carnival in Trinidad yourself?
Oh yes,
How many
I've been
times?
coming down for the last 35 years, almost 40 years.
35 years?
Yeah.
Could you recall your most significant moment in the pan business?
Well, when we won Panorama with Fantastic, I was with Fantastic. And that was a fit, you know, because nobody thought that we had a chance to win. But I knew that we had the right song, and at the time we played a Marshall song, which was how we call, I can't remember that tune. I don't remember the name of it. There was a martial tune. We won. And nobody could believe, and there was other band that was more experienced than us. Been playing pen a lot more years than we have. We beat them all.
Tell me about overseas travels.
Well, I do travel over the Caribbean a lot. I enjoy traveling the Caribbean, go from one island to the next. To pretty much a lot of Puerto Rico, started from Puerto Rico, down St. Thomas, St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, Tobago, Aruba, Curacao, Martinique, Guadeloupe. So that's what I do.
You've done your own.
Yeah.
Which of your performances stands out to date?
Well, I have played at a wedding up in Boca Raton. In Boca, that was a Jamaican wedding. Lawyer, Jamaican lawyer, getting married in there. And they hired us to play for that wedding, and it was beautiful. We put on a show, everybody really enjoyed it, and got a lot of back feed on that, where we even make the news and everything.
Is there a performance or an event in your pan life that you would never like to relive?
I wouldn't say that, because everywhere we ever play, people always appreciate, the performance that we put out there.
So no mishaps?
No. It's always, at time, dealing with young children, young kids, they got a little bit, out of hand sometimes. But once you have a talk with them, they fall in place, because they do love the pen just as much as you would deliver Trini with them. And
so how do you see yourself in the next 5 years or so?
Well, I am hoping and shooting to have that band to be one of the best bands aboard, representing the pen. And I expect to bring them to different venues, higher venues. Because we play all kinds of music. We don't play just soca, and then we play, R&Bs. We bring like songs that people. What we do when we go play, we play to the crowd. What crowd you playing for? Like for example, Miami, you have a lot of Spanish, and a lot of Haitian, and a lot of Trini. So we mix our tunes. Even American. So we like for example, we play "Stand By Me." The American crowd love it. That's something they can, attach to. And for the Spanish, most of the time, we play some of the Spanish tune like Guantanamela, and they feel good hearing there. Hey, we're playing some Spanish music. Haitian, we play some zouk, some compa. And of course, the Trini, we try to play old song like bass, Women on the Bass, or we would play, Bass from Hell, from Shadow, song from Baron,
Who's your arranger?
Well, right now I'm getting a new arranger, because I have one arranger that is a young kid. Mother is Trini, the father Haitian. He's a very good musician. He's arranging for us. But I'm planning on bringing a new arranger that we call Beige. He's from Trinidad, very good arranger, but he haven't played music much, he say, because of the conflicts that they have down in Miami, so he had stayed away from it. But he always promised me if I ever open my own band, he will come. So I'm waiting for him when I get back. We're going to bring him in. He's a very good arranger. But the arranger I had before was Buddy. Buddy is a very good arranger. You know.
How many members of the you have in your band?
Well, playing number is 15 playing members. But the group goes as far as about like 30, 35 members, people that come and listen, back us up whenever we're going on a function. They come out and help.
Have you played for people who have never heard or seen the steel pan before, and the reaction is unbelievable, and they may accuse you of having electronic gadgets attached to the instrument, which is making it sound like that?
All the time we have that in Florida, especially when you're playing mostly in a more neighborhood that's more likely mostly Caucasian, you know, and they will come and look under the pen. Oh, where is that sound coming from, you know?
Yes.
And some of them, you know, they're very getting there. They even hire me to come and play at their house for a birthday party and things like that.
Yes. So, if you had to share with people who have never played the instrument before, what would you say to them? Never heard it. What would you say to them?
Well, I do come across that a lot, you know, and I try to entice them and try to make them, you know, feel like it's not really that different from any other instrument. It's just once you apply yourself, you know, and you want to learn, you can learn. Because me, I'm not a musician, you know. At first, I remember, what year was that? In the 90s, we had Bugsy Shop come to Miami. There was a band named Penn Symphony down in the southwest of Miami. And I used to support them, you know, I was funding them. And I used to go around and ask everybody, why don't you teach me how to play that? Oh, no, man, you could never play that. Until one guy, one day he said, you really want to play? I said, yes. He said, here, I'm going to play something, I'm going to give you the stick, you play it. And he played the thing, and he gave me this, I mean, one time he played this little part, and he said, you go ahead and play that now. So I played it. He said, yes, you can play pen. Don't let nobody tell you you cannot play pen. And that was it. That was the moment that everything just clicked on. And from then, I keep on playing. Now I have pen at home, and I do have pen at the pen yard. You know, when I go home after work, it doesn't matter what time it is, or the night, and I get on my pen and I play. And until I get tired.
In terms of travel, have you done any overseas trips?
Oh yeah, plenty of overseas trips I've done. I've been to most of the islands in the Caribbean.
What? Could you identify some of them?
Oh yes. Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, St. Lucia, Trinidad, Tobago, you know, Aruba, Curacao, you know.
Is this as a soloist or the band?
No. I haven't taken the band. Miami, the band do not go far, but around Miami section. But me, my idea is I want the band to travel.
Yeah.
You know, once I get everything the way I want it to be, I have a good repertoire, I'm going to travel with the band. I'm going to take them to different places. Because some of the kids, their parents, they got this, matter of fact, I think some, right there in Grenada, there's some grandparents living there, and they're playing pen in Grenada. So I like to take them down there. The grandparents live in Grenada. And that's one of the, was three sisters. They are the one that really make me want to play pen. I used to watch them play, three of them, and they were terrific, good players. And I know for them 4 years since the 80s. So that's why I plan on bringing the band a different venue. Even if I have to go to Europe or Africa, I will take them there. That's what I promised them. I'm going to bring them to a different height on the strip, and not only what they're seeing in Miami, because that's all they know about it. They don't have the idea yet how far a plane can take you.
You were born in Haiti. You live in Miami. How many languages do you speak?
Oh, well, about 4. Speak French, Creole, English, Spanish. I wish it was a must when you go to school in Haiti. You gotta learn all these languages, even Greek
in
and
Haiti.
Yeah, even Greek and Latin.
In Haiti.
You have to study.
Wow.
That was part of the curriculum, your classes every day. You have those languages to, take. That was a must.
So traveling is easy for you?
Oh yeah, always been. Like when I moved to New York, I speak English. I mean, I could understand very well English, but the pronunciation was a little bit hard for me. But as you go along, because I never went to school and learned how to speak English in the States.
So where did you pick it up?
Well, I learned. When I was in Haiti, school that I took English. Okay. But the English they teach you there is not the same as...
Not the Queen's English.
No, yeah. So, of course you go on the pronunciation, because a lot of words in English, you wouldn't believe it, is Creole word.
Yes.
Or vice versa, So the pronunciation, and that Creole is a mix between French and English. A lot of people don't realize that. It's just a pronunciation change, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, any closing remarks?
Oh yes, I would say I do enjoy coming down to Trinidad for Carnival, and also I must say Bode. I love Bode because that's where really you see all the pen out and playing the best. I enjoy coming for that. I haven't missed that in the last 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
You must be a Trini to the bone then.
Yeah, I don't know. But I feel I'm like home here. Because Trinidad reminds me of Haiti when I was young, growing up. And it's the same when we had the freedom and to do whatever we want. That's what Trinidad reminds me. And as a kid, I was always with the bands, like you got Tabu Combo, which is a very well-known Haitian band, and Skasha. All those bands was formed by my house in Haiti. We started those bands right there at my house. I'm from the northwest side of Haiti, a town named Port-de-Paix, meaning spot of peace. But Trinidad to me is home away from home.
Okay.
I even expect to be in the next year to move in Trinidad.
Is your wife a Trini?
Yeah, my wife is Trinidadian, born Trinidad.
And where you met her?
I met her right here in Trinidad.
So you were visiting?
Yes.
An opportunity knocked?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's your sister,
Yolande. Yeah.
Invite her to a boat ride, boat ride, and I had some friends from Miami invite me to that boat ride, and that's where we met.
Wow.
And
so you met on the seas?
Yeah.
Wow.
I find we have a lot of in common.
Yes.
She loves to party, more than me, I should say. But
yes. All right, well, nice talking to you.
I'm hoping I can get, what's his name, Junior Rigado, the mayor of San Fernando.
Yes.
I'm planning on speaking to him sometime soon. I would love to bring a section of Skiffer Bunch in Miami, for Miami Carnival.
Okay.
I would like to talk to him about that, bring some kids.
Well, he has a skiffle New York,
I do know about them in New York, but I would rather have the kid from Trinidad.
Motherland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I said, Miami Carnival, I'm one of the founding father of Miami Carnival, with Al Thomas, Woodman Williams, and Kit Carter. We started Miami Carnival back in the 70s. So I would like to have a part of Skiffer Bunch down in Miami.
Okay. Caribbean Airlines Skiffle.
Yeah,
it's no longer bunch, it's Skiffle, Steel Orchestra.
Oh, they took their bunch
The
out?
bunch is when they were traditional pan around the neck.
Oh, yeah, around the
Now
neck,
they've promoted themselves.
Yeah.
Now they're
I
tough.
like the way they play. Although I thought Phase 2 was going to win it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Well, they could have won it. Yeah, I think the problem was the girl, that little girl on the front, made a mistake. She dropped the stick on stage, and you know that's a no-no. You can't do that. I think that's why they lost a lot of points on that.
Well, you're supposed to have backup sticks in your back pocket. So if one drops, it shouldn't affect you. Just pull it out and continue.
But it's the way it happened.
Yeah.
Because I watched it, and she was so well taken because she's very good.
Yeah.
And she was kind of big, you know, and she dropped the stick. And that's when I said, oh man, that's it. It was all over then.
Okay. Okay. It's nice talking to you.
Yeah.
So I'll see you maybe in the next few months.
Yes, I'll be here for about a day.
Okay.
Of course, I don't miss that.
Point Fonte Borough Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't miss that at all.
Okay, though. Thank you very much. Yeah.